Oh boy, it's raining. Oh, that's good. We need it. Kind of feels good to have someone scratching your neck and touching you. I think we need to really reapproach how we keep these animals. Can you imagine kind of being miserable your entire life? That's why I take pride in giving all my animals a lot of enrichment, large enclosures, interaction. The new way of thinking is to try and keep these animals as active as possible and active in their brains. It's just funny to think that an alligator can be happy. Now, I'm not fool enough to think, hey, these gators, they certainly want to cuddle. That's not why I'm here. What's going on, everybody? I'm hanging out here with Nostradamus, my Aldabra tortoise, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about some new research that people are starting to really understand, things that you and I and other reptile lovers have known for many years, and that is these animals do actually have emotions. They can feel fear and stress. It's basic stuff, but they're able to feel fear and stress, pleasure and contentment, their ability to kind of learn from positive and negative reinforcement, and then bonding behaviors, which you're seeing right here with my Aldabra Nostradamus. We're definitely bonded. He loves getting his neck scratched. He actually heard me in here and seeked me out so that he can have this interaction with me. And in fact, he knows his name. Whenever he sees me as opposed to someone else, he comes over for these neck scratches, because over the years, the 21 years I've had him, he's actually learned that I bring him food and that I give him neck scratches, and he enjoys that. There is enjoyment. This is one of the traits, enjoyment, to kind of motivate animals, to motivate us. If something feels good, we seek it out. If something feels bad, well, we don't want any part of it, or we learn to avoid it as best we can. But there are ways for us to learn, and reptiles do learn. We already know that reptiles can respond to target training, tortoises in particular, alligators, crocodilians. Reptiles in general, I think people don't give them enough credit because so much of the old school thinking was that these animals are just lumbering, stupid beasts that have small brains. But even though their brains aren't quite the same size as ours, and they don't have a neocortex or a new brain that mammals have, which wraps around the reptilian brain and actually helps us process emotions differently. It helps us respond to fear and sadness and add a logical component to it so that we aren't just always in a state of fight or flight. Basically, what happens is these animals do feel these emotional things, these emotional feelings, and I think it's really unique and interesting. I think we need to really reapproach, and that's kind of what I do here at the camp, reapproach how we keep these animals, because these are animals that live so long, especially turtles and tortoises, right? And can you imagine kind of being miserable your entire life? It's very possible for a turtle or tortoise to be kept in suboptimal conditions and to not have the best possible life. That's why I take pride in giving all my animals a lot of enrichment, large enclosures, interaction, these neck scratches. This animal came all the way over here to me in the middle of the woods and wanted a neck scratch. There's no food, so he just knows I'm either going to get fed or I'm going to get this nice neck scratch from my big pal Kenan. We've been, like I said, together for about 21 years, and I do think it's a very special bond that we have. And what's neat is some of the other tortoises that are in here that I've gotten recently, some of the other Aldabras, they are starting to become more and more accustomed to my presence and what I can do for them, while others that are newer, especially amongst the Aldabra tortoises, they tend to hide more, so they have a lot of fear, some stress, and it just takes time for us to kind of get them into a really good habitat and to get them comfortable to where they can finally start moving around like Nostradamus here and really kind of get that happiness back into them. I know it sounds crazy talking about happiness, but there were researchers in England who took redfoot tortoises, and in the enclosure they would place 2 food bowls on either side of the enclosure. One food bowl, when the tortoises would go to it, would get food immediately put in it. So the tortoises were reinforced, and they began to look forward to going to that food bowl. And so what they found out is, hey, this makes them happy. They learn, they go towards the bowl that has food. Then they took the food or a food bowl and put it in the middle. And the other thing they found out is that the tortoise, as it went over to the food bowl, seemed to be an optimist. In other words, they would get excited anticipating that food was over there when they knew food wasn't going to be over in the one corner, but in the middle. It started to make them think, hey, maybe there's going to be food there. So they were able to rudimentarily deduce that there's a potential for a pleasing outcome in that area. Now, we have plenty of reptiles here. Snakes, the crocodiles, the alligators, and we of course have lizards. Snakes, same thing. They anticipate, they get excited when food is going to come into their enclosure. I think that, you know, the new way of thinking is to try and keep these animals as active as possible and active in their brains by giving them a lot of things to forage around, to kind of use their reptilian brains to kind of stimulate them, because we know that if we have a good connection between our mind and body, then our overall health is going to be greater and we'll live more well fulfilled and longer lives. Same thing with tortoises. And it makes me kind of think about some of the horrible stories we've heard in recent days, whether it be animals that are smuggled or tortoises that were abandoned in tubs, just left to die slowly over the course of many, many months. That makes me very sad, because we try and do the right thing on this channel. We try and give these animals the best possible lives, and well, it's sad to think of a tortoise dying all alone in a box. We need to be more conscious of that. The older I get, the more easy it is for me to kind of put my feelings. I know I'm anthropomorphizing. I can never say that word. I know there's a tendency for us to do that, but I think that's kind of the beauty about being a human being, right? Is that we get to be the stewards of all life on earth, and we kind of get to put our feelings into animals that maybe cannot show us theirs as easily as we can show ours. So the cool thing is we have enough humanity for all the animals. And I think the older I get, I want to kind of share my humanity, and I want to share the good times and put my resources into giving these animals the best possible lives we can. And I really hope that I inspire you guys to do the same thing. I know today's video is pretty chill, but I thought it was an interesting subject, because it's something that's so close to my heart. And so many of us, as I mentioned earlier, really believe that these animals have feelings and they have a capacity for more than we give them credit for. And now, as always, science is catching up to what farmers like us and reptile keepers basically already know. And it is true that most of the times when scientists want to learn something, about animals and stuff like that, they usually go to the people that work with them every single day. And we can give you anecdotal information, but it's information that is now being tested by the scientific method, and it's coming out to be true. So that's pretty cool. Let's go see another one of our animals. See you later, buddy. By the way, I've been doing a ton of work in here and trimming down a lot of the trees that I don't want in here anymore, so that we can get these palmetto to grow healthy again, because I even want the plants to feel good, because if the plants are good, the animals that eat the plants are going to be happy as well. Anyhow, you know, we'll go see some other animals here, and it'll be pretty cool, because it's just, like I said, an interesting thing for me to talk about and discuss with you guys. I want to know what you think in the comments below. Do you believe that these animals are also capable of emotions and that we don't give them enough credit? Okay, who is this? Oh, I think this is my buddy. Yep, it's Hank. Hank is another one of our Aldabra tortoises that we've got recently. And look at this. Hank is absolutely getting used to me and loves this scratching of the neck. Now, it just feels good, very simple. But the fact that a tortoise like Nostradamus will go out of his way and search me down so that I can scratch him is pretty cool. And pretty soon, the same thing's gonna happen with Hank, because he's already allowing me. I like to desensitize him by touching him all over. It feels great. In the wild, birds will pull off ticks and ectoparasites, and it's a symbiotic relationship. The birds get fed and the tortoises get the ectoparasites kind of removed from their skin. But guess what else? It kind of feels good to have someone scratching your neck and touching you. I think it's a beautiful thing. I like head rubs. When Kate gives me a nice head rub, so relaxing. Now, watch this. Here is Athena. She's another tortoise that we've just recently got, and she's been a little bit more standoffish. You can see she's still a little bit nervous. So I like to come over here and I just hang out with her and I give her gentle touches just to let her know this is going to be a good thing. Let me see if I can scratch that little neck. Let's see. Oh, sometimes the tortoises obviously will respond with hissing when they're a little nervous, but they can also vocalize when they're happy. They'll grunt a little bit. They'll let out a sigh. So it's a different type of hiss, if that makes sense. A hiss where the head is coming back in is usually a nervous hiss. But if you're scratching her and she sticks her head out, that's the nervous hiss. But if we continue to just interact with her, she's going to get more and more used to me and used to being kind of touched, and sooner or later she'll look out this affection, this kind of interaction, if you will. So definitely try it at home. I know some of you may have smaller tortoises. Here's Timmy. He's a little guy. Sometimes he gets a little nervous, but the other day, hey, where you going, Tim? The other day he was seeking me out, but today he looks like he's going to be a little bit shy, but that's okay. The cool thing is tortoises live a very long time, and you'll have plenty of opportunity to kind of work with them and to get them to be comfortable with you. Now let's go to one of the other animals that I believe are animals that seek out, interaction with you. And we're gonna look at Guapo. And I just want to show you something. Now, Guapo was fed yesterday, so Guapo definitely wants food. He's motivated by food. He gets excited, he gets happy. That's a good thing, right? Feeding is good. It's a great experience. So it makes sense that the emotion for feeding is going to be one of happiness. Come on, buddy. Come on out here. Come on. Look, he comes right to me. And he immediately gives me a taste. Am I feeding him? No. But look at this. I can come out here and I can touch him, and I can remove some of the dead skin, which helps him out, because I'm sure it gets a little itchy. So I just give him scratches, and he kind of poses up and relaxes and allows me to kind of groom him in my own way. Look at this. Now, we know that Guapo's been here for a very long time, and we know that Cyclura, or rock iguanas, very interesting. And I've been, again, with these guys for about 21 years. And when I go into the enclosure, they'll come. Sometimes they sit on me, sometimes they climb on me. They just like being around me, or they're tolerant of me because I make sure that they're fed and that they're cared for and that they have water and that all their needs are met. So I do believe that there's a kind of relationship between us that is beneficial for the both of us. I get the enjoyment of keeping them, and they get the enjoyment of eating and getting the best foods. Come on up here. There you go, bud. Go on. Oh, that's a good boy. That is a great lizard. And we'll just continue. Oh, I love when I can pull off the spines there. Very nice work. Good shedding means he's healthy and happy. So we're doing a good job with him. Now let's go over here and see Rocky and Pebbles. because they are, of course, lizards that I am working with. Here's Pebs, little Pebbles, Rocky. So let's see how we're doing with Pebbles. Hi, Pebbles. I'm just gonna kind of come over here, a little bit nervous, but check it out, guys. We've been making progress. Look at that. This is how you do it. You give them a big, nice enclosure and then gently touch her all over the place. Okay? So that she understands this is a good thing. This is a good interaction. Very nice. What a beautiful girl. Oh my God, she's gorgeous, huh? They have become such a cool addition to the camp. I'm just so very happy and excited to have them here. Just beautiful. Look at those horns on her. Look at those horns. And we're gonna just keep on being good buddies. So does she enjoy it? I think so. I think so. I don't think we have to do too many intense experiments to know. When I come over here, let's see, with our boy, he's sunbathing right now, but are you in a good mood? So I like to look at them. See, he's got a little bit of an interesting posture, but watch this. Let's see how that posture changes. Very good. He's gonna raise up. Just give him scratches. Nice and gentle. Very, very good. That's awesome. So Pebbles, Rocky, what a beautiful lizard, huh? Those guys are cool. He's not quite too, doesn't like me to help him shed yet, but that's okay. Just give him a little bit and allow him to kind of feel as comfortable as he wants to. Now, on to some lizards I've had for a very long time. Here they are. There is Petro and Petra. Two beauties. Look at this guy. Look at this guy, yeah? I love it. And then total trust on her to let me give her the scratches. And she's losing weight here while retaining weight here, so I'm pretty sure she's got some eggs in there, and hopefully she's going to deposit them soon. I love my rhinos, everybody. So cool. Now, I haven't really gotten into scratching our crocodilians, but the gators do come when they're called. They know their names. I seem to have scared her a little bit. That's all right. They know their names, and we know that there is a type of reptilian intelligence with them. They can be target trained. They do very well in captivity, and excuse me. And basically, they need to learn behaviors. They need to have these kind of emotional responses of happiness to kind of motivate them to continue getting fed, looking for food, things like that. Now let's see something here. Dale! Dale! Snaggletooth, Dale! Where are you, Dale? Dale! Let's see. I think she's out. Dale! She's gonna hide. As you can see, the rain comes, but it's still so darn dry. Oh, Snaggletooth is out of the water over there. But our girl Dale is right over here. Hi, Dale. Hi, Muddy Dale. Look at her, she's in the mud. She's been digging. And then Snaggy's up here. I wonder if I can get over there safely. Ugh. Let's have a look. I don't want to get any of these stickers on me. It's just funny to think that an alligator can be happy. But then again, crocodiles and alligators have that cute little smile. So they're generally happy. There he is. It's so interesting. How do you determine happiness in an animal that doesn't have facial muscles, I would think just by the enthusiasm that they come over and seek out any kind of interaction. Now, I'm not fool enough to think, hey, these gators, they certainly want to cuddle. That's not why I'm here. I'm just here to show you some of the critters and basically show you that they can be trained and excited by my presence. Now, here's the other thing with the gators. They know when I come in here with a bucket, that's when I have the food. They know when I come in empty-handed, like now, where I don't have any. So they're just going to keep their distance. But they are always hopeful that there is going to be a handout. But they'll be happy to take a hand also. How's that for emotional response? If I slipped and fell in there, it's possible they'd eat me. Not good. Hey, we got some rain cooking. Fantastic. We need it. All right, let's see our final happy critter. Oh boy, it's raining. Oh, that's good. We need it. We're gonna say hello and goodbye with our final critter. The Flinkster. Flinky! 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 Where are you, bud? Flinky! Come on, it's up. Look, there he is, everybody. You don't think he's happy and optimistic that I might have food? He's gonna get fed later, don't worry. Come on, Slinky, come over here and say hello. Anyhow, friends, it was just a topic that I was interested in today, talking about a reptile's emotional states of happiness. He looks a little optimistic that he might get a handout. I don't know. But what do you think? Do you think reptiles have more than we give them credit for? I'd love to know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching this video, and I'll see you guys again on another episode. So long.